concentration camps. The Germans were killing to have power over everyone. But why are we dying?
I saw the clouds going up into the air, and I kept the grandchildren inside. I called the weather station to find out why no one was warned.
Я туда позвонил, почему вот сюда обращаться? В общем, я звонила полчаса, мне никакого ответа не было. Потом я позвонила диспетчеру БЛПК, мне диспетчер сказал, что вы звоните, у нас конец месяца, нам нужно дать план. Вот такой мне был ответ. Потом я хочу сказать...
After calling several numbers, I called the company and they said they were running late with an order, so they didn't make an announcement.
Я не только виню Вершинина или кого-то, я виню самих себя. Если вы хотите здоровую какую-то атмосферу, не вышли на работу неделю, заговорили по-другому.
Why is it that the older people are the ones pointing out these things when the younger people are having problems too?
Чтобы машину приобрести, чтобы дачу, чтобы гараж, перед вашим носом срубят дерево, вы никто не заметите. Вот поэтому у нас вот такая обстановка в городе. Индекс загрязненности 83,8. В 4,5 раза выше предела допустимого. Если чистый воздух без всякой примеси считается за ноль, то 83,8 говорит о том, что мы здесь все на грани вымирания. Даже дети получают заряд отравляющих веществ в утробе матери. И даже в грудном молоке кормящих матерей.
I want to add that a lot of trees are being cut and nobody cares about it.
Условий проживания в Иркутской области за 88 год. Все это официальные данные, но они никогда не видели света и не увидят, потому что здесь не хотят, чтобы люди много знали.
Babies are not sleeping at night because they can't breathe. We have to take them to the hospital. This baby is 1 year and 9 months old and has this rash. He is always itching his rash.
И вот когда, допустим, выбросы, ну они у нас почти каждый день, и она всю ночь кричит.
She's crying all night because she doesn't have enough air to breathe.
Он кусает их все, ходит у меня в рубашечке с рукавами, чтобы он не
He also has trouble breathing. I try to put him in long clothing to protect him from itching. He won't eat by himself. We have to put food in him. When the pollution is really bad, he's not eating at all. Just tell me how these children can live like this. Look, this is the record of a 10-year-old child. He has a breathing problem, a skin problem, a problem with his nervous system. This is not normal. What can we do? We're not sleeping at night. There is no medicine. What can we do?
This is the place for children with breathing problems.
Того, чтобы лечить больных детей, тубоинфицированных прежде всего детей. Правда, к нам приводит не только
Now we are getting children without lung problems that are sick.
И таких детей, пожалуй, даже больше у нас здесь в санатории.
There's not much we can do because their ailments come from the pollution.
У них учащается, и приступы бывают чаще всего тогда, когда случается очень большой выброс БЛПК.
Sometimes they can't breathe in the heavy pollution and it's scary.
В начале этой зимы тоже был большой выброс. Мы только вышли гулять, и через 10 минут буквально вынуждены были...
We can't get fresh air into the building either.
И при этом даже невозможно было проветрить помещение санатория.
We wrote letters to the newspaper, but they weren't published.
I've been working all my life. In 1955, I moved to the city of Bronsk. Now I can't breathe without pure oxygen. Sometimes I look up and see big clouds of pollution. At night, you can't see the moon and the stars. Every 2 or 3 days, I have to call emergency. It's the only way for me to be alive.
My daughter has a swelling of her esophagus and has trouble breathing. She has been in intensive care for 17 days. They put a special tube down her to breathe. I asked the doctors what I should do. They didn't know what to do. The only thing they said to do was to take her out of the city when the pollution gets bad. I'm afraid to go away from the city when she's having trouble breathing.
If you have a choice to leave the city, would you leave?
It would be good to get away. But we have our house and our second home. My husband has a job. Where could we go? I love my daughter so much. But only my husband is working, so we'd have problems moving. Where could we go and not have these same problems?
People are getting sicker and getting asthma, especially those that live near those factories. We complain to the city officials and we get nowhere. We don't know what will happen in 5 years. It just keeps getting worse. I think we will get changes if we do it by striking. We tried talking and nothing happened. The companies say the old rules don't apply to them.
We can start striking next to the new building construction. We can strike next to the new building and keep people from going in and out. People are getting angry and could do any kind of suicidal thing like lighting themselves on fire. They will burn everything down.
I can put my signature on your petition, but these meetings aren't changing anything. I have lived in the city of Bratsk for 33 years. I have my children and my grandchildren here, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm breathing the same air as you. I'll tell you the truth. Last year we started to do some changes, and I can say that they are for real. Maybe you think this is not enough.
What we suggest is that we make less product than we do now, since we aren't getting any scientific help. There are some people working in the city that will tell us how much less we need to make in order to have a balance. The other thing we could do would be to stop cutting the trees. They help prevent pollution. We have to make people who buy our products nicer to the environment. Look at this. This is salt that is left from the manufacturing process. When it melts this spring, it will go into our rivers. Maybe someday we will have salt fish from the lake. This water is coming from the logging company, and they say it's clear water, but everything they do in production is still in this water. This water is going to the lake. You can see how the water is damaging the cement and steel here. Management from the companies say that people will be without work if they reduce the amount of product. We know they are just trying to scare us. That's okay. We can build other companies making other items, such as food, furniture, etc. They will be ecologically clean companies.
We still have a chance to change our life. We don't have to ask, we have to take. We gave a lot of money to the government from our work. No one asked us how you could live like that. No one came to help us. They came to see how the product was doing. Now it's time for us to make the changes. If we have to strike, we will strike hard. We will do what it takes. I'm not afraid to say that in our city we have the biggest company in the world that makes this kind of product. I am afraid that we have the biggest problem in the world with pollution. The government built the companies in Bratsk, so the government is responsible for this. That's why all of Russia is supposed to think how to help us. If they aren't going to do it, we will do it. We'll try to invite scientists to solve the problem in 3 months. If there is still no help from the government, we will close these buildings. When the money stops going to the government from these companies, maybe the government will do something. Last year we gave the government 800 million rubles and 300 million in other people's currency. Back in 1988, I gave my suggestion to sue the government. It was not done. Still, nothing has changed.
When you're walking on the street?
Yes, from the companies. Sometimes the company has an accident and we are given a gas mask.
Why are they giving them to you?
To help us breathe the air.
Why do you need them?
So we won't die.
You have to put your lower jaw in first, and then put on the top. You see how hard it is for them.
It's strangling me.
Everything we've done and said to the government has received the reply that this is good for the people. Well, not for the people that live in the city of Bratsk.
2 different commissions were here. They both said we were good people.